Hi friends, I'm Jocelyn Peters. I'm the maker and designer behind Mountain Song Designs, and welcome to this episode. This is going to be a quicker one with lots of FOs, so let's get started. I'd like to start with a pattern that I just came out with a couple of weeks ago. It begins with socks. Now I made these because I love the books The Discovery of Witches series by Deborah Harkness, and her book 5 of that series just came out about a week ago, and I have so enjoyed listening to it, The Blackbird Oracle. It's delicious, and I am so excited to be in the middle of it. But these socks pay tribute to the characters, the creatures of All Souls. We have vampires and demons and witches. The vampires and demons are in the lace. Now, these are all unique to you because in the pattern, it tells you, it guides you for how to put them in, but in the end, it's up to you. So each sock will be unique. We have our demon drops and our vampire bites. Obviously, a vampire bite. We got the teeth with the bite, but the demon drops, in case you aren't familiar with these books, demons are the creatures that are these like creative geniuses. A lot of writers and artists and playwrights are all considered or are demons in the story. And when I was thinking of how to depict with yarn a demon, I thought, demons would drop a stitch. They would totally do it. They'd be knitting and then they'd just forget what they were doing and drop a stitch or add a stitch or do something kind of crazy. But of course, in your socks, you don't actually want to drop a stitch. So we just have, it looks like there was a mistake made. It is not a mistake. It is absolutely intentional and comes out so cool. Now, there are humans and then the 3 creatures, vampires, witches, and demons. And we get to braid them all together at the end down the front of the sock. The way that this is done is super easy while you're knitting it, and then at the end it just takes a couple minutes and you have this really cool design element going down the front of your sock. And on the back we've got our witches. We have a witch's broom. We use simple cabling to create the top of the broom, and then sort of cabling and slip stitches to create the bottom of the broom. It goes straight into the heel, so it's all one thing. And look at this bottom of this heel. Oh my gosh. See, it kind of mirrors it. It makes this like zigzag. It's very cool. I love this reinforced heel. I think I'm starting to use it on just about all of my patterns. I won't really, but gosh, I really want to because it fits so well. Fits like a glove, except I think it should be fits like a sock. It's perfect and cups the heel, and it's just so pretty, and it's reinforced. So if you go through your socks a little faster than maybe you'd like, this might be a good way to help you reinforce that. It's like magic. So those are my It Begins With socks. They are available on Ravelry and Etsy. On Ravelry, you'll find me under Jocelyn Peters or Mountain Song Designs. You'll also find me on Etsy at MTN Song Designs. They are available both places. Now, if you are interested in hearing about patterns, hearing about sales, getting the best pattern sales, and all of that, there are a couple other places you'll want to check out Mountain Song Designs: Instagram and Substack. Instagram, like recently, last week, I ran a flash sale on all my patterns and I announced it on Instagram. Plus I share all kinds of pictures, especially when I have patterns coming out. Also Substack, I've sort of taken the spring and the summer to kind of step back a little bit. I was writing every week, but soon I am planning to getting back to writing every week. But for now, it is mostly pattern announcements. And as always, you will find the best discounts every single time there's a better discount to be had on Substack. It gets sent right to your email if you are a subscriber. And it's easier than trying to remember to check back. So subscribe there, Mountain Song Designs. Okay, now let's talk about a couple of patterns that I have coming very soon. Basically, as soon as I can take some pictures and get some things rearranged, they'll be out. I'm hoping by the beginning of next week. The first one I will share with you. Oh, here's the finished sock. These are Dumbledores Army socks. So look at those diamonds. It looks like chainmail and my favorite heel. This is the first design that I used this reinforced heel on and I love it. This is Lolodidit everyday, not everyday sock, Low Original, sorry, in Bourbon and Arised. Arised is perfect for Dumbledore. And these are so fun. I am re-knitting the sample. So this is the first one that's finished. Here's the other one, also, of course, in a Chicken Boots Harry Potter bag. I love these bags. Oh my gosh. I've used them so much. They're like coming apart a little bit. I'm gonna have to learn how to sew vinyl so I can make more of these. I love these. And here's the second one. I'm getting so close. If I had a solid evening, I will be able to finish it. So as soon as I get these done, photographed, you know, all the minutia of publishing a pattern, I will have it put up on Ravelry and Etsy. So if you want to find out when those come out with, I like to have a really good sale when things like this hit my shop. These were previously published. The next two patterns I'm going to share with you, same thing. And when they come to my shop within about a week, it'll be a really good sale. So you will definitely want to be following me on Instagram to hear about it, and especially Substack, best place. So Dumbledore's Army, I'm working on that. Also, I want to show you, so these are the mediums. I love the mediums. I also have a small that I knit. This was the first set of these that I knit years ago. Aren't these colors gorgeous? Oh, and I wish I could remember what they were, but they're so pretty. So you see the chain mail, you see the diamonds. Now I changed one of the stitches just a little bit, but it's like functionally exactly the same. This is a small, and you will notice that it is very nearly the same. It looks the same from here, but there's a slight difference, obviously because of sizing, and the large is just a little bit more different. You have a little extra, which I think is really fun. But I made these. These were really fun. It's always fun, right? But it is. I can't help it. And I made a shorty pair. I made a shorty pair. So these are top down. So it's the kind of pattern that you absolutely could make the leg as long or as short as you like. If you want a shorter cuff, you do you. Totally fine. I would not advise making it too short because you don't want it to slip off the back of your heel. But these work just fine. I enjoy these. Now, those colors you will notice in the next pattern that I'm going to share with you. Technically, this is two separate patterns. They are very similar. When they hit my shop, I'll have a buy one, get one kind of a deal pretty consistently, I think. Nothing is set, but that's my plan, so hopefully I can stick to it. This is the Love Beyond Time shawl. Now, look at this. You'll notice those pinks. So let's get it going up and down. Check this out. Look at the heart. And it's like another like blocky heart. That is what you have on all of these strips. So these are Outlander colorways. I don't know if you can get them or not. They are like a special collection. You may be able to get them some. I don't know. Lolodidit, Low Original. So I originally made a blanket with a very similar, well actually the pattern, this slip stitch cabling was the same through the whole thing. Slip stitch cabling is like my favorite because it's really easy. I don't need a cable needle at all. And it's got this really beautiful kind of subtle patterning, but it's not super intense. You know, some cable projects are just too intense. I can sit and just knit this, and after you knit a bunch, you have it all memorized. But I made a blanket, And I will try to put a picture here so you can see that. But it was a little different. When you look at the picture, you see borders around the stripes. I kept this a little simpler. It does have a border. So it takes each strip, you count on taking about 1 skein. Obviously, I had yarn left over. It's easy to repeat or to do shorter as you wish. Like I said, I made a blanket with this. You can make this as wide as you like. I had one of my test knitters made the DK weight, which I'm about to share with you. This is the fingering weight. And she made it into a blanket. So it's very easy to do that. If you have like a yarn subscription, either fingering weight or DK weight, this is perfect for that because you just knit, here's the DK weight one, you knit a strip per skein. Now the fingering weight one is longer than the DK weight one. And you know, if you know how to manage your yarn, you might be able to knit a little bit longer. It takes a yarn scale and you have to weigh your yarn before a repeat and then after a repeat to see how many grams it takes. And then you have to take into consideration how much you'll need at the end, figure out how many rows you need at the end of the strip, and then see if you have enough left over for more. It's the kind of thing that you have to sit and think a little bit, but if it helps you use more of your yarn, then that's a really wonderful thing. So, and if you are interested in a more in-depth tutorial on how to do that, let me know. I may do it anyway, but you know, let me know and I'll do it sooner because I have lots of tutorials on this channel that you might be interested in. But the DK weight, as you can see, there is no border, although it would be super easy to add one just like it is to the fingering weight one. It just isn't especially necessary. I had not blocked this in 2 years and the edges curled in just a little bit, but I this afternoon just steam blocked it. It's right back to how it was. It's easy, simple, and it is so lovely and cozy. Check it out. Here, let me stand up. Got my Marauders map skirt. So yeah, it's easy to wear, nice size, nice weight. Both of them are really lovely. Love Beyond Time was named for Outlander because Jamie and Claire share a love that goes beyond time. Time does not keep them apart, and I love it. So that is the other set of patterns that will be coming out, gosh, I hope soon. Hopefully it's out by the time you see this. Of course, Ravelry and Etsy. So I believe that's it for my designs. Although there's one thing I wanted to share. I haven't shared this in a long time, and I have to tell you, I was on Etsy today looking around at some of my favorite shops just to see, you know, what was out. And I looked through the Shapeshifter. I love their yarn. And the first listing was the mini set I used to make my As If Cowl. This Halloween mini set is so fun. I made this, it was earlier this year, or last fall. Gosh, I'm losing track of time, but I love this cowl. It is stranded color work. It takes 5 minis, right? 1, 2, 3, 5 minis and 1 full skein. You can also make it in 2 full skeins, just use the same color throughout. There are options for the top. You can have a drawstring if you like to pull it in towards your neck a little bit, or just have it free flowing. See, oh my goodness. It's so fun. We've got the plaid, and you know, if you're looking for back to school stuff, because that's in all the stores right now, right? This is so back to school as far as I'm concerned. Plus you've got the moody colors for Halloween and fall. So definitely check out Shapeshifter. I believe the contrast here is, it's either milk chocolate or chocolate milk. I always get it mixed up. I think it's chocolate milk, but so nice to work with. So that's my As If cowl. And if you like Share and Clueless, you might like that too. So that's it for my designs. Let's move on to finished objects. Let's take a look at my finished objects. Now, the first one I'm going to show you, you've never seen before because I had not started it the last time that I filmed. The next day or two, I decided, you know what? I'm going to make a teeny tiny baby sweater, and I did. Check this out. Oh my goodness, you guys. How adorable is this baby sweater? Oh my goodness. This pattern is Metamorphic by Lisa K. Ross of Paper Daisy Designs. It has sizes all the way through adult. Great pattern. Loved it. I've had it in my library for a while and I finally knit it. I found stash. This is Caron Simply Soft. I think the top might be Ocean. Honestly, I don't have the ball bands with these anymore, so I'm not sure exactly what the colorways are, but they are so pretty together. Look at those. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Now it's an acrylic, so I did block this out. I don't find that acrylic necessarily blocks quite as well as like a wool, but for a baby sweater, you can't really beat acrylic for ease of use, especially when the baby's going to be born in cold months. So that is my first finished object. Check out these buttons. Oh, they're so pretty. I went to a local quilting store and found them and picked them out. I think they're perfect. It's like a little man sweater. So cute. So that's my first FO. My next one, you already saw this last week, but I put on the buttons. So let me share this with you. Look at these buttons. This is the Shapeshifter Shrug. I've talked about it on a lot of these episodes, so if you want to hear more, you can listen. Now this is, of course, this is out of my Vampire Knits book. So it's for a werewolf, and I thought that clocks were super appropriate, and a heart. Of course, it's a, I guess, steampunk heart. It's so pretty. Love plus time for Shapeshifter. And this is so cool. It goes on like this. And I just love it. Here, let me stand up. So, super fun, easy to wear, easy to kind of size to however you want it. Button them more, button them less, depending on your size, and the sleeves are going to fit. So nice, versatile, super soft and cozy. Plymouth Monte Donegal yarn. I think it's amethyst. Watch any of the other episodes. I've talked about it forever. So that is a finished FO. Let me share my Bloomsbury by Svetlana Volkova. I was very close last time. And I'm done. Done. Completely done, blocked. All of the things. It's finished. And I'm happy with it. It fits. I love it. Whenever I knit a sweater, I feel like the sleeves always end up just a touch too, they aren't too short, but they aren't too long either. You know, they just barely fit. And I love it when I block it and the sleeves relax down a little bit, because I like to cover a bit of my hand, and that's exactly what this did. It's perfect. I love it. My last finished, like, complete object is my prayer shawl. I got it done. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Check this out. I got all the fringe, and this is homespun yarn, Lion Brand Homespun. So every single edge of the fringe, I had to tie a little knot. If you use this yarn, tie the end of your yarn in a knot. You have to get all the fluffies and the single strand of like thread or whatever it is. You have to get all of it into the knot or else the whole thing will fray. It becomes a big, fluffy, gorgeous, cozy mess, at least in my opinion. I like to have that knot there so I don't have to worry about it ever again. And then it's really nice. And you can't see the knots really. I guess some of those aren't perfectly even, but whatever, it's okay. Because of the ripples in the yarn, you don't really see them. So I like to get them as close to the end so it's not really noticeable. It's fine, it takes time, and this took a lot of time, but that's okay. Things that are worth doing might take time, and that's okay. It's huge though, right? Another one I get to put on. Check it out. Oh my goodness, it's so cozy. So it is cozy. And I hope that whoever gets this shawl feels love and feels healing and feels all of the good things that I hope I put into it. So that is my prayer shawl. The pattern is just a standard pattern. I don't know that it, honestly, I don't even know if it's technically on like any of the like Ravelry, Etsy kinds of sites. It was free and handed to me by the church. So that is the prayer shawl. I have a couple more squares. I don't have all of the squares I finished. A few I'll show you of my knitting bee quilt. I am almost done with the lace squares. So I guess we are sort of transitioning from finished objects into whips. But let me show you a couple. Here's one. Isn't that so easy to see? I love it. And this one. This is a color I sort of commissioned because it's called Seneca Creek. Now you've heard me talk about Charles Wesley Godwin before. I have a pair of socks that are inspired by one of his songs, my Coffee and a Sunrise socks. Love his music. He's my cousin. Love his music. Seneca Creek. It's where his grandparents met. Not our shared grandparents, but where his mom's grandparents met. And oh, it's just so pretty. The blues and the greens with bits of stony, darker colors in it. So this reminds me of home and a song that is gorgeous. It'll make you cry. It's so good. And it's true. So check out Seneca Creek if you get a chance. In my Marauders map bag, which matches my skirt, which I made. I made the skirt, not the bag. I have another square, the one I'm working on. You might notice it looks a lot like the shawl I just shared. So there it is, same color. Like I said, you'll have leftovers from the Love Me on Time shawl. And you can do fun things like little scrappy blankets like this one. So I'm going to tell you something and now I'm committing to it. So now it must be so. Next year I will, and well, starting the end of this year all through next year, I'm planning to host a cowl, a knit along for my Knitting Bee quilt blanket. So that will be coming toward the end of November. Well, it might be more like the beginning of November. That pattern will be coming out. It's in testing now. It's going really well. It's written for worsted or fingering. The worsted is already finished. I have shown it to you before, but I'll show it to you again. Here we go. It's huge. It's cozy. It's so lovely. It is seamless. Oh yes, it's seamless. No seaming whatsoever. And it is cozy. This is Lion Brand, no, Caron 1 pound. Love it. Also in fingering weight, I have a test knitter doing it in DK weight. You, in theory, should be able to do it in any weight because of the way it's designed. So My plan is to host a cowl for next year, so I hope you will consider joining us. And if you have any advent calendars coming that you're looking for something to do with, know that there's a pattern that is coming out before the end of the year that you might want to consider. So that is sort of my FO and whip and design, so it's everything all together. My last thing to share with you is a whip. I shared it last time. I will share it again because I got more done. My Crocheted Blanket, I have probably about twice as much done as the last time. Oh my goodness, it'll end up being twin size. It's very big. I am most of the way through my second skein out of 5. It's on my yarn Susan that my sweet father-in-law made for me. It works perfectly. And anytime I knit with large skeins like this, I always use this. Well, not large, but just the ones that are shaped like this, the long skinny ones. I always use this. It's just so much easier. I don't pull from the center. I always pull from the outside. Whenever I pull from the center, I end up with this like ginormous mess. So I can't live that life. I have to go from the outside, and this makes that possible. So that's all my whips. I'm gonna set that down a second. Okay. I don't have any books to share because I have started a few and kind of put them all on hold to listen to the Blackbird Oracle, and I'm not done with that yet, although it is lovely. So I'll be sharing more next time. What have you been reading? Are there any books that you have read recently that I have to read? Tell me in the comments section. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. Remember Substack and Instagram, Mountain Song Designs, Ravelry, Mountain Song Designs or Jocelyn Peters, and Etsy, MTN Song Designs. Lots coming out soon and over the next few months. So join me there, and I can't wait to see you there. Until next time, Sláinte and happy knitting. Bye.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road.